welcome back to the Done Deal Show. Make sure you hit the like button and you are subscribing. Big breaking news. The deal for Martin Zubimendi to Liverpool is very close to completion and formal announcement. There's a done deal at Chelsea to sink our teeth into, plus updates at Tottenham and Manchester United as well. Please make sure, as I say, you hit the like and the share button. But we are sponsored today by StocksFC. Erling Haaland's IPO has been launched. You've literally got like 2-3 days left to purchase your stock in Erling Haaland. Otherwise, you're never going to be able to do it again unless you buy that stock from the users, which essentially we can then charge you whatever we want within theory. So get yourself signed up to that now by scanning the QR code. You can also win a signed and framed shirt from Erling Haaland as well for everybody that signs up and deposits upon their account. But let's look at the Zubimendi deal to start with. It's the big breaking news. David Ornstein has stated that Real Sociedad expect Martin Zubimendi to accept a move to Liverpool. According to Sociedad sources, that is. Clubs would still need to agree a fee unless Liverpool decide to trigger the 60 million release clause. I think it's an interesting piece of that news because maybe Liverpool are going to try and negotiate that price down, and it is always doable, especially when Martin Edwards is involved. And what I think is key, I said this yesterday on the Straight Facts show with Hassam and the boys. Typically speaking, not every time, when David Ornstein starts tweeting about a transfer, I just get the personal feeling that it's further along than he's letting us know. And he trickles out the news over a 2, 3, 4 day period, multiple articles, until you get to the end conclusion that the deal is done and over the line. My personal feeling is that this deal is pretty much agreed on every single level and is close to completion, if not already done. What Ornstein stated was also echoed by a lot of the Spanish press who claim that Martin Zubimendi has given the go-ahead to join Liverpool. So the agreement seems to be in place. And I said it yesterday on the top six, and I'll say it again. As a Man United fan, I'm gutted. We were linked to him. There was talk in the media that we were active in that deal. Fabrizio's kind of shut that down now and stated that United were never concrete. We all know my thoughts and feelings on those types of media briefs by our clubs. I think that's a bit of damage control. We saw Liverpool do it with Lenioro. Man United are now doing it with Zubimendi. I never quite believe any club when they say that. So I am gutted. We were active in the deal. We were pursuing this deal. And it's one that Liverpool have just... he wasn't our priority. Ugarte obviously was. But I am still gutted. I wanted Zubimendi at Man United. I think he's a phenomenal talent. I think he could elevate this Liverpool midfield to another level. And as I've said already, I am genuinely, in my heart of heart, gutted. I really am. But Liverpool fans, it's very, very close now. Give us your thoughts and feelings below. As mentioned, we are, as you can see, sponsored today by our friends at StocksFC. You can see the IPO. It's selling fast in Erling Haaland. 8,793 stocks sold already in this man. I think this is going to end up being one of the biggest player launches on the platform's history. And it's going to have a massive impact in the amount of rewards that can be paid out. So every time a new stock comes out, the more that are sold in that stock, the more cash there is for the reward system that is then paid out depending on which players do perform. When you're on the StocksFC website, you can take a look here. So what I always look for is who's trending in the last 24 hours and why. You see Dominic Solanke here flying because people think he's going to get a move away. The low stock has been rising and much, much more. My portfolio starting to take a little bit of shape, as you can see. I've started off very small. I've not put huge amounts of money into it just yet. But you can see the players I'm looking at. The only real dent I've hit so far has been Branthwaite. He's had a bit of a drop. I think people thought he was joining Man United, so they've sold. But the vast majority of stock so far has made me a small amount of profit. But I am not here to make the profit off of the stock growth. I'm here for the rewards that are paid out based on performances, which is why I'm purchasing the people that I am. But go and take a look at it now. Scan the QR code. Start setting up your portfolio ahead of the new season, which I think is going to be epic, but potentially lucrative as well. Now, moving on to Chelsea. Samu Omorodion to Chelsea. Here we go. The deal is in place. £35 million as a fixed fee. 7-year contract for Omorodion at Chelsea, already agreed as he's set for the medical test. Leverkusen and other clubs were also in the race. So you have to factor that in. What does this do for the rest of Chelsea strikers? Well, there is talk already that Mark Guew, I think it's Guew, or I've heard Guew, I've heard Gill, I've heard all sorts. I'm really going to wait for the player to tell us. I'm going to say this now even to the TFT community. I've heard 10 of you tell me 15 different ways of saying it. But the former Barcelona striker could be on his way out. There is still talk of Victor Osimhen coming into the football club. But Chelsea fans on Samu Omorodion appears he's going to be a first-team player for you. A number of other clubs looking at him, but relatively unknown. People don't know too much about him. How do you feel about it? Now it's happened. There's one thing, the gut feeling when it's a rumor, when it could happen, when it maybe is happening. But how do you feel about this deal now you know it has? Now that it's over the line, now that the deal is done? I need your thoughts and feelings, people. I need your thoughts and feelings on this deal, Chelsea fans. Now, interestingly, we know that Chelsea are looking at Dominic Solanke. We saw the share price on StocksFC flying, but no bid or movement of note yet, according to Ben Jacob. What he has stated is they now have concrete interest in Ivan Toney. I was taking a sip of my drink again there. And I'm drinking fizzy water at the moment simply because it helps with... I have a problem with my stomach. All good. I'm not going to die. Touch wood just yet. But it helps. But it's hard to drink and then talk straight after because it's carbonated. So sorry that there was such a big delay there. But Spurs want a striker. It's obvious to all of us. Look, my personal preference, I think Ivan Toney's better. Overall, as a player, I think Ivan Toney's better. But I've been a little bit miffed by the negativity from Spurs fans towards Dominic Solanke. I haven't understood it. It doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know why they're angry. Genuinely, I don't know why they're angry. I just don't. On any level, I don't know why they're angry. I think he's a phenomenal striker even at 65 million. I prefer Ivan Toney, but objectively speaking, I think this is a good piece of business for Spurs. There's also talk that Man United are still harbouring an interest in him. Look, Man United's transfer window, for many, has taken a nosedive, but I do understand why. We're trying to set the sort of path as we mean to go on. We haven't been able to get rid of as much of the deadwood as we wanted to. These players have got mad clauses in their contract that we're only now learning about. That they get, some of them are going to get half the transfer fee if they leave. So the club's like, this is mad. I actually feel sorry for them trying to deal with this circus situation that we created. So look, if anybody's going to get Ivan Toney, I just feel like Spurs are in a better position than Man United right now when you read the reports. Maybe not positionally, trophy-wise, historically, but financially, which is key, which is hugely important when it comes to signing players. So Spurs fans, give us your thoughts on that. And Man United, look, Fabrizio has also come out and stated that Ten Hag hopes to have Ligt and Mazwari as soon as possible because the new Premier League season is just 9 days away. As I've already stated, there's a lot of United fans angry and kicking off and fuming at the current situation with Manchester United and what's happening, what players are coming in. Why haven't we done more? It's so obvious. We are dealing with deep legacy issues. Some of them have created financial problems that the club wants to resolve quickly by setting the right precedent, by starting as we mean to go on. And as much as I want new signings and I want them quickly, the medium to long term is more important. And all I'm saying to Man United fans is, of course, call out the issues the Glazers created, but please have patience and please look beyond the end of our nose. Try to see the wood through the trees and think about the longer term implications of what we're trying to get to, as much as you are frustrated in the short term, and remain patient. I still think we'll make 2 to 3 more signings before the end of the window, which would give us sort of 5 to 6 new deals this summer, a couple of academy players being promoted. I still think it would be a good start to life under Ineos. But we will see. As ever, I want your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on all these stories today. But as we spoke about a little bit earlier on the show, Martin Zubimendi to Liverpool is expected to complete. Many feel it is further along than suggested by the media. Samu Omorodion to Chelsea is a done deal. And remember to go and check out StocksFC at the end of this show. Go and start building up your portfolio right now. And trust me, the Erling Haaland one you have to invest in. In my personal opinion, this man you've got to invest your stocks in. Once this sale's over in 3 days and 9 hours, it is done for good. Until next time, take care, goodbye, God bless, and we'll see you all again soon. Peace!